A couple of sessions which might be quite useful for architects in their workflow, which I would like to share in this video. So first is creating 3D workflows using with USD. Second is design for spatial interaction. Third is building dynamic iOS app with Create ML framework. Let's go deeper. So Apple is like pushing hard on having USD as their file format for 3D scene creation, and it's acting like a core for which can be integrated in digital content creation software, rendering, and a lot of functionality, and it has a lot of benefits. Even Maya has incorporated seamless integration. So let's imagine this traditional workflow. So right in the video they are giving example uh, of how to make a scene animation of this. So one using reality capture, one can take many images and make a mesh with texture out of it. So this part, and then if I want to modify that 3D model or add more texture, and I need to go to another third-party software for sculpting. In the example, they are using ZBrush. Once that mesh sculpted, we also need additional objects in the scene, like the cherries, plate, background scene. That is done in the layout part. Uh, in the example, they're using Maya for it. Then all these objects are then imported into Houdini, which is used for simulation for liquid, lighting, and then you export it and render it. So as you see in this image, there is a lot of import export going on between various software. And using ESD, it, it acts as like as a core, and it easily integrates with all this digital content creation softwares as shown in this diagram. So it has this hierarchy shown in this scene.usd, where there's layout.usd responsible for the scene objects, animation, sculpting. So let's say you scan this object, you have this 3D model using reality capture, and then you want to add like a plate and other uh, objects like this. This is a screenshot from Maya. As you can see how other objects are added. Then camera movement animation can be a separate .usd file, and using ZBrush, like model has been modified where if from the scan few areas is missing texture, you can add those textures and modify it. Then for liquid simulation and lighting, they're using Houdini. Since we have this USD format, like AR quick look preview could be easily integrated. So let's say if we want to use part of this model in your AR app, you can easily place it, present it to client. A lot of advantages using this USD as a central file format for the content 3D content creation workflow. And I think it has a huge potential. And few use cases I see in architecture is, let's say you have a physical model, you can scan it using reality capture, then sculpting, additional scene object addition, lighting, simulation, all can be part of that USD integrated workflow. The challenge I see, and I haven't uh, looked deeper into this, but looks like we don't have like a Bing to USD converter tool. So let's say if I want to convert like Revit or Rhino file, and one of the blog I saw that you got to convert into FBX, OBJ, and then USD. So there's not a direct conversion. So I think if we want to adopt this workflow, we might need to develop that converter which could facilitate this. Second is spatial interaction, And I think uh, this this session was also quite interesting, where they're proposing a nearby interaction framework where you can curate the experiences from your phone. So it's basically you using Bluetooth and smart devices or AirTag, which you can attach to your keys, car, backpack, and in case you want to find where your bag is, you start Find My phone app, and then you can the app will say which direction to move in order to find that object. And the uh, also, like in the demo, they are showing if you are playing music on your phone and there is home port nearby. Once it gets to a specific nearby distance, it will automatically translate that music to the home pod and it will start playing there. And yeah, it works through Bluetooth signal. So as you see in the app, it shows like currently 8 feet and in that direction, and it's like background is black. It converts into green once it's in the right direction, and the focus will start narrowing once it reach closer. And when it's also the frequency of vibration when you get closer to that object will increase a lot. So this is an example how like once the phone gets into a specific distance, got a grant permission to it, and then it will automatically play. So how I foresee this could be a really addition to the architectural space would is one could add like multi-sensory experience, like even the touch, sound in that app when one is navigating through the space. Like really basic example is, let's say you want people to focus on particular direction and have their hands sanitized at entry. Like if it's integrated into the app at the entry, like it will vibrate, and if people haven't uh, did the sanitization, it will do more vibration. Like that kind of experience. Even for example, there's a guided tour or a museum tour, and if you want people to look in at a particular direction, that air tag or app could point out, because it has very high accuracy of and getting the right direction. So more, or like I don't know, like machine human co-curated experience could be done using, and it's multi-sensory, so it's gonna make it more. Uh, I don't know. Personally, I like uh, it. Third is this is more for AI AC technologies. So ML model personalization. In this time, they have given like two examples with also detailed code review. And what it does is, for example, you can have like some ML model of style transfer or object detection. In device personalization is I could do like on device training on that model. The model will be retrained, and then I could do inference after the training. So for example, the use cases I see of those model personalization is, let's say you do like a sketching on your app, and the sketch RNN model in your app. If I don't know if you have seen the interface of sketch RNN, but after training, you could have the app predict the next stroke when you are sketching a particular object. Based on all of your sketches, you could do on-device style gain training, where after that you could do like latent space walk or generative sketches once you train and upload lot of your sketches on your app. And the main benefit of personalization is all your data is private. It's nothing is going out of your phone to cloud or something. Everything is on device, which makes it more also open for more people to add up, and trust factor is increased. Another use case is like if there is object detection model in your app for construction site safety, I could take or construction asset tracking. I could take multiple photos, do labeling that this is object type A, B, and then uh, for future inferences, it will be able to track those objects. Let's say you are an interior designer and you are you need to classify specific chair type A, chair type B. You can do like training for your data set and then do future prediction because like the developer couldn't do each user specific case item. So use this model personalization approach opens up for specific task which the end user wants. So it's a win-win where you don't have too specific framework, but also allow users to develop their own uh, solutions. And one thing I would also like to share is cloud ML integration, which was discussed in 2020 conference. But I think it's a really good workflow to adopt, and we deployed it in asset classifier app. I was working with Perkins and Will in 2020. So basically, like with data, you retrain the model, and once you deploy the app, if I want the app to use new trained model, a traditional approach would be having an update of that app. But if the trained model is integrated on cloud, one could just replace the trained model and then you can just use app and do like better trained model integration without any app update. Yeah, so those are the things I think would be quite interesting for architects based on the conference. Thank you.